The courtroom cameras were already rolling when a case began that would quickly spread far beyond those walls. A man stood before Judge Judy claiming he couldn't remember the very moment that brought him there. He didn't deny the accident happened. He just insisted he couldn't recall it. And for a brief moment, that claim created doubt. Because if you can't remember something, how do you prove responsibility? But this wasn't just any courtroom, and this wasn't a judge who accepted uncertainty at face value. Across from him sat Daniel Harper, tired, tense, and clearly worn down by more than just the legal process. The accident had left him with weeks of disruption. His car had been out of commission, forcing him to rely on rentals he could barely afford. He'd missed work, rearranged his life, and spent months dealing with insurance delays, all while the man who caused it now claimed he couldn't remember any of it. To Daniel, this wasn't just frustrating. It felt like an escape attempt. The defendant, Marcus Hale, sat composed, almost too comfortable. Mid-30s, well-dressed, calm under pressure. His entire defense rested on one idea: memory loss. According to Marcus, the accident triggered a lapse, not confusion, not partial recall, just a blank where the incident should have been. Judge Judy looked down at the file, then back up at him. "Mr. Hale, you're telling me you have no memory of the accident involving Mr. Harper?" Marcus nodded. "That's correct, Your Honor. I've seen doctors. They believe it's trauma-related. I don't remember the crash or anything right before it." His tone was steady, rehearsed. Judge Judy didn't react immediately. She turned to Daniel. "Mr. Harper, what happened after the impact?" Daniel leaned forward, his voice controlled but strained. "He got out of his car right away. No confusion, no hesitation. He walked straight up to me and apologized, said he was on his phone, and didn't notice the light had changed." Judge Judy shifted her gaze back to Marcus. "You heard that?" Marcus gave a small shrug. "I don't remember saying anything like that." Judge Judy studied him for a moment. Then she began asking simple questions. "You remember where you live?" "Yes." "Your job?" "Yes." "What you did this morning?" "Yes," she nodded once. "But not the accident." "No, Your Honor." Judge Judy closed the file gently. "All right." She paused just long enough to shift the focus. Mr. Harper submitted something with his claim. Marcus's posture tightened slightly. Dashcam footage. That got his attention. Judge Judy looked directly at him. "Do you want to change anything about your statement before we watch it?" A brief hesitation, but he held his position. "No, Your Honor." Judge Judy nodded to have it played. The screen lit up clear road. Steady traffic. Daniel's car stopped at a red light, then impact. The jolt was sudden and loud, but it wasn't the collision that mattered most. It was what followed. Marcus stepped out of his car, balanced, alert, fully aware. He walked straight to Daniel's window, and then his voice filled the room. "I'm sorry, I was looking at my phone. I didn't see the light change." Judge Judy didn't look away from Marcus. "Mr. Hale, that's you speaking." Marcus shifted in his seat. I don't remember that." Judge Judy's tone stayed calm. But no reaction. She leaned forward slightly. "You explained exactly what happened immediately after the accident." Marcus opened his mouth, then stopped. Judge Judy didn't press harder yet. Instead, she changed direction. One question. Her voice sharpened just enough. "When you spoke to your insurance company the next day, what did you tell them?" Marcus hesitated. It was subtle, but unmistakable. Then he answered. "I told them what I thought happened." Judge Judy raised an eyebrow. "What you thought happened, or what you knew happened?" Marcus didn't respond. Judge Judy stepped in. "You gave a statement the next day, correct?" "Yes." "And in that statement, you described the accident." Another pause. "Yes, Judge." Judy nodded slowly. "So your memory didn't disappear at the scene." She let that sit for a moment. And it didn't disappear the next day either. Marcus's composure finally started to slip. I mean, at the time, maybe I remembered more, but now. Judge Judy cut him off cleanly. No. Her voice was firm now. This isn't gradual memory loss. This is selective memory appearing exactly when it's convenient for you. Marcus looked down. There was nothing left to argue. Judge Judy leaned back, decision already made. Your claim isn't credible. She turned to Daniel. Judgment for the plaintiff. Daniel exhaled quietly, the tension easing from his shoulders for the first time since the case began. Judge, Judy continued. Mr. Hale, you admitted fault at the scene. You repeated it to your insurance company. And now you're asking this court to ignore both because you suddenly don't remember. That's not how this works. Marcus stayed silent. Judge Judy delivered the final point with precision. Court isn't a place where you get to forget responsibility. It's where responsibility is established. She lifted the gavel. And in this case, it's very clear. The gavel came down. Case closed. The man who thought he could avoid consequences by claiming he couldn't remember them had just been confronted with something stronger than memory. Evidence. And in that courtroom, evidence didn't forget.